Wow. Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. This is my mom. This is my sister.
Why are you pretending to be Tim? Don't mind the noise. The twins are cooking with me. So these are my ingredients for the chicken wings. We've got Portuguese chicken, Italian herbs. I like to add the extra thyme in there. It's one of my favorite spices. You've got your salt, Himalaya, black pepper, olive oil, because we're doing more of a honey and mustard chicken wings. So we've got the honey and the mustard. And then we've got paprika and some garlic salt. So let's make chicken wings. Yes, Zach! Let's make chicken wings. And let's talk about all things priorities, guys. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Ntakwana Mateki, aka Liyah Millionaire, and today we are making some chicken wings, baby. We're gonna make some nice honey and mustard chicken wings. And while we do that, we're gonna have a conversation about my mental health, how I have adapted to having 4 children, how I have survived the screamings, as you can hear in the background, and just been able to make time for myself. So for every twin mom out there, I just want to encourage you, especially if you're in the beginning phase and you still have 2 little infants that need, your nyanyas for breast milk, that need your time, that need to be changed and bathed, etc. I'm just gonna give you tips of how I did it and how I survived. And yeah, but just to let you know that it's not gonna be there forever, okay? You're gonna make it. Pussy halfway the 1,000 bula he wants, like anything, just to keep him quiet. Okay, so I will take a picture of my ingredients. I am not gonna put this in the description box, so you'll just look at the pictures, but I'll be mentioning them as we use them. I don't usually measure my salt, but I'm using Himalaya. I'm gonna start with that and just not a lot of it, because we're also going to be using garlic salt, and I'm using half a teaspoon of that, half a teaspoon of garlic salt. We're also going to use a half a teaspoon of Portuguese chicken. You can use the regular chicken spice, but I prefer the Portuguese one. It's nicer. And then we're going to spread that. So you can either use like black pepper, peppercorns, but I'm using the regular black pepper powder. Everything is half a teaspoon. And we have paprika. I didn't have paprika, so I quickly went out in the morning to get it. I personally don't like plain food. How do I say it? Colorless food. So besides the flavor of the paprika, I love the way it just gives meat color. Honey, do you like my chicken wings?
Big time.
Big time, you do. And then we've got thyme. I love it. It also brings that nails. Okay, don't worry about the overflow, because we like thyme. I couldn't find my apron anywhere, guys, so we're just winging it. I hope I'm not gonna get dirty. Just a little bit of Italian herbs. I like using Italian herbs and top that off with thyme just to add more flavor. And then I think we're done. We're just gonna use
You're not using anything from that side.
have I just been using, I've used my garlic salt already. So I'm gonna use 2 spoons of garlic, because garlic makes everything better. I'm using the garlic and herb one, but I usually prefer plain garlic, which I don't have at the moment. So I'm gonna use garlic and herb, and today we are making honey and mustard. Okay, before honey and mustard, let's put in our olive oil. I'm using this extra virgin Spanish oil from Spa. I like the smell, the aroma, the flavor, but you can use any olive oil. And I'm gonna use my measuring cup again. Half a teaspoon, another teaspoon. You can never not be generous with olive oil, so I've put 4 of those. And then, so I am using stuff from this side. Then we've got our honey, which I'm almost out. I need to restock. I'm gonna use some honey. Some honey goodness. One more time. I'll add some more honey. You can check if there's still need for more honey. If you like your chicken sweet, do you boo, overflow, do your thing. And then soy sauce, just a little bit of soy sauce. Just in case the salt is not enough. Another one, half a teaspoon, which makes it a full teaspoon. So we got some honey in there. We've used the garlic and the salt. And then the last thing we are using is mustard, which has not been opened. There we go. I prefer the Steers mustard, but I think a better one is Dijon. Dijon mustard is always better and more flavorful. So you can use that if you have that. Come on, mustard, come out. So anyway, these are all my ingredients for my chicken wings. So today we're gonna have a conversation about how I've been surviving 4 kids. If you have not watched my former videos on my birth story, and okay, this mustard is not coming out. Let me use the spoon. Please don't embarrass me, mustard. You're frozen. Okay, let's improvise with the knife. But why is it not coming out? Is it frozen? So let's just say it was overwhelming. It was like one of the most, it was an oxymoron, one of the most amazing chapters of my life, the scariest at the same time, and very overwhelming. It was in the peak of COVID, and we didn't have our parents, we didn't have much help. Just my husband and I, and the other 2 kids and 1 helper. So honey, I need something to put my utensils on, like even if it's a side plate, because I don't see the one that we usually have here. But anyway, it was tough. It was good, but it was tough. I washed my hands. I'm gonna mix the meat with my hands. I remember when we found out that we're having twins in the peak of COVID, and I remember my husband saying, honey, we're gonna see and learn just how strong we are. Honey, you wanna do a close-up of the musha masha? And he was like, you're just gonna realize just how strong we are, just how able and enabled we are. Mix. You can add a little bit more of your mustard, a little bit more of your honey, a little bit more of your soy sauce if you want, but this is looking fine to me, because I'm also going to make like a sauce on the side just to make sure that the wings are not dry. But I do want to add a little more of olive oil. So came home, babies needed my attention. I think one of the mistakes that we make is we kind of push the other siblings away because we feel like, don't touch the baby, don't do this, don't. Please allow your other children to help with your small babies. It's very important to them. And Zozo! So this is how they're looking. Yum yum. I'm gonna keep them in here for an hour and just let them marinate. My tips, how I survived my mental health, guys. I would play worship music in the background just to just let it simmer and let it minister to me, because at times I couldn't pray by myself. I didn't have the time, set aside time just to pray and get my spiritual being, not my spiritual being, and get my spirit up or whatever. So I would just play worship music in the background. If you're a worshiper, just any mom that enjoys Christian music. So I would play a lot of sermons, a lot of the Word of God, in particular topics relating to, the strength of God, being encouraged, the provision of God, because your finances were also not in order at the time because of extra medical bills that we didn't expect and whatnot. So I would just listen to the Word, listen to a lot of worship music, and that would really help. I listen to a lot of podcasts, guys. When I say I'm obsessed with podcasts, I used to listen to a lot of podcasts on motherhood, on twin mothers. I used to listen to a lot of Audible books. I subscribe to Audible. I always talk about Audible. It's absolutely amazing. One of the podcasts and emails that I used to get was from a blogger or podcaster called Twiniversity. If you're a twin mom, subscribe to them. They are absolutely amazing. I would have different people talk about having fraternal twins, in particular a boy and a girl, and how they handle that and whatnot. So that was very helpful as well. And I would take bubble baths. I remember once in a while I'll just sit in the bath and just put on my podcast, put on my music, and just to do a lot of affirmations, guys. I'm a big fan. I'm a big subscriber of affirmations, where you need to remind yourself who you are. And one of the words that I would say, which I always talk about, is I would say I'm anointed to do this. I'm anointed to be a mother of 4. I'm anointed to be a twin mom, and that really helped. I cannot go on talking about how I survived, being a twin mom for this long without the support of my amazing husband. Yes, Liyah, you always talk about your husband. Yes, because he's absolutely amazing. He was present. If any one of you that knows my husband, he's a present dad, and he's always been there with our first 2 kids, but in particular with the twins, I saw him step up. Maybe it was the experience of having 2 other kids, a boy and a girl, but he really, really was absolutely amazing. He would rub my back, rub my feet. We just did what we could to be sane, just to survive the season. Not even to survive, but to go through, because we'd always tell each other that it's not going to be like this forever. It's not going to be very overwhelming forever. So yeah, that's what I did with my mental health. And then one last thing is I would call my sisters, I would call my mentors, and I would just cry and say, this is hard. When I needed a good cry, I'll just call a good friend, a mentor, a sister, and say, this is hard, please pray for me. And I always call these people my midwives. Amazing. I don't want to mention them by name, but I really appreciate you. You know who you are, always praying with me. Some of them fasted, some of them sent me daily scriptures, some of them just, reminded me of God's faithfulness in my life, and that I'm enabled and capable and, fit to be a twin mom. So I really appreciate that. At some point I did go through postpartum depression. I don't want to make it easy and make it seem like, there were podcasts, sermons, music, girlfriends and mentors, but I did have to fight depression. And I know it's not a very common or a popular word for Christian people. We don't want to say I'm depressed or I'm not well in my mental health or I'm down. But I think it's okay. It's okay to confront what you're going through, to label it, knowing that every knee and everything mentioned in the earth bows to the name of Jesus, knowing and being assured that depression was never meant to be your portion. Yes, it may want to come and discourage you and whatnot. There were times that I cried a lot. There were times where I felt like, Lord, I'm not ungrateful. I'm actually getting emotional now, but I'm not ungrateful. This is like an amazing blessing that you're giving me. But why me, Lord? Why did you think I could handle this? I mean, I've always wanted a big family, yes, but why 2 babies at the same time? So I went through a lot of second guessing myself, a lot of doubt, a lot of fear. There was just a lot of fear. How am I going to provide for these amazing people? How am I going to be there for each and every one of my kids without the other feeling left out and excluded? And I also felt like, whoa, I'm big. Like I've gained a lot of weight. My body's no longer the same. It was just a lot of fights that I had to go through, but through the things that I've mentioned prior, that is how I managed. Shoo, Husa. Yeah. So, and it didn't just stop with when they were infants. I mean, it went on until even past their first birthday. I know. I mean, they recently turned 1 this year. But it's been that kind of journey where I've had to constantly do my affirmations, my confessions, my podcasts, my sermons, my music, my girlfriend, my phone calls, my husband, everything that I've mentioned. But so far so good. Oh my God, they're grown. They are gorgeous. They are happy babies all over. They're making us run for our money, that's for sure. We need a holiday. We need a holiday where we're just gonna get away and sleep and just, recuperate. And we're still believing God for that it will eventually come, like a nice staycation, if you know what I'm talking about. One of the tips that I will give you as a twin mom is we didn't bath them every day. Please don't be ambitious. Especially if you have other children, please don't judge me. Do not judge us. It's what we did to get through it, and it worked for us. We didn't. Anyway, you're not supposed to bath babies every day when they're little. But even now, they still don't bath every day. We still do what we can when we can. What are some of the tips, honey? White noise. White noise is like, woo! I'll put some of the links down below in the description, some of the white noise. Are they songs? What are they? Videos that we use to put them to sleep. Absolutely amazing. We also use lullabies as well. Okay, Hasbi's gonna get something from the other room. And what else did I used to use? I used to use a lot of these little thingies. The wrapping blankets. Swaddling, yes. For little babies, swaddling is like absolutely amazing. They will fight it, so you have to be consistent. If you're not, they tend to know that I can fight it and it's not going to happen. So just be consistent with that. Get a bottle warmer for a young mom, twin mom, singleton mom. Get a bottle warmer if you're not breastfeeding, even the breast milk itself, so that just make your life easier, especially for nighttime. I used to take a lot of supplements as well, even after pregnancy. My Preg Omega I still took, and I also added some Slow Mag. Guys, I think I have it in here somewhere in my medicine cabinet, because it's like the thing. I still take it now, and I've introduced my husband to it. It's absolutely amazing. This used to help me, and of course a lot of Energate, but I don't particularly like Energate a lot because it has a lot of sugar. So what else? Go for a massage if you're able to. If not, you can do a massage at home. If new moms out there, you want me to do a secluded video on some of the tips for new moms on how to get your baby to sleep, because we failed at Tori. We got it right with Tim and we decided to carry on the legacy. So I think we did pretty well with the twins. So we know how to get them to sleep. Of course, babies just have this thing once in a while where they're like a little vexa. So they still get to have some nights where they're screaming and we don't sleep and whatnot. But majority of the time, we got these babies in the bag. So yeah, those are my tips and how I managed to, my mental health to be okay. I dance a lot. I mean, I love to dance. I dance a lot. And Pinterest, if you're into any apps. Social media, not so much. Don't do that because you've just had babies. You're not looking okay. You're gonna look at a lot of fake, sometimes real, snatched other women, and you're gonna feel insecure and overwhelmed. So don't do a lot of that. But I used to do a lot of Pinterest on, how I want to dress my babies, how I want to make up their rooms someday. Just looking forward to the future and knowing that it's gonna be okay. So yeah, that is all. I have put the wings in the fridge, so I will come back later to show you how they look like. I'm gonna put them in the oven and cook them quickly, and then we'll wrap up this video. But if you're new here, I've said a lot of things. Please do subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. We do a lot of talking about motherhood, marriage, being single, advice for Christian young women and men. We do some cooking, we do some lifestyle and vlogs. So you're more than welcome to join the Liyah Millionaire Gang and smash that subscribe button and come back to watch a whole lot of more. I have playlists which you can go into and just binge on some of my videos, and I promise you will be blessed. Thank you for watching, guys.